At that moment, Shun noticed a pile of leaves and told Alicia to leave the place. Afterward, he tried to trap her in his net, but this time, luck favored Eliza. She realized she had to think about her future. Lisa suggested that if she wanted to know her future, she should ask a bluebird. As Shun followed the direction she gave, he fell into a pit he had dug himself. When Felix asked, Alicia revealed that there was no fixed time or place for her to see the future. Meanwhile, Zujin discovered Emilio's location and learned he was with the guns. They decided to capture him quickly but with caution, as they were instructed not to harm the prince. Upon Shun's arrival, the group became alert. Elda wanted to kill him to seize the treasure. As Shun stopped, Elda leaped in front of him, leaving Shun terrified. Emilio sensed Shun was in danger and rushed to his aid. Shun was merely trying to defend himself until Emilio arrived and saved him. Once again, their egos clashed. Seeing Emilio, Elda remarked that the king wanted him in one piece, but Elda had another idea. Meanwhile, Demetrio encountered Gerd, who, without recognizing him, wanted to destroy the ingots. He tried to intimidate Gerd with his twin swords. On the other hand, Shun attacked Elda. Elda declared Shun would die first and struck him hard. As Elda tried to approach, Shun's relic took on its ultimate form. Touching it felt like grabbing a live electric wire, giving Shun and Emilio the opportunity to attack together and kill Elda. However, the rest of the group continued fighting the ingots. Demetrio taunted Gedo about his obsession with Belzona's swords. Suddenly, lightning struck the sky as Emilio and Shun escaped to safety, a smile of relief on their faces. But their relief turned to shock when they saw Alicia and Pascal nearby. Alicia appeared angry, and Pascal explained in detail how heating metal makes it shinier than wood, only to be cut off by an embarrassed Shun. Pascal, often not taken seriously, commented that a friend must help another, especially when they're surrounded by strange people, referring to the ingots. Demetrio remarked that Zujin had fled in fear, but he was curious about the newcomers. Pascal found him sinister, describing him as a creepy, eccentric old man. Emilio tried to explain that they were his friends and were not there to fight, but Emilio's connection to his father made things tense. As Emilio bowed his head, the ingots left abruptly. Shun and Alicia chased after them, while Demetrio and his group decided to stay the night and leave later. Pascal questioned if these were the people plotting to attack the king with Emilio. This led Emilio to plan against his father, stating he would kill him one day. Emilio yelled at Pascal, denying he was his father, and revealed he allied with the ingots. Pascal asked if he genuinely believed Belzona was the king's bloodline, and why. Emilio suspected greed drove Belzona to seize the throne, but he had no evidence. Pascal suggested Emilio should uncover the truth before making a difficult decision. Alicia believed Emilio needed both a lecture and a scolding. She was also upset with Shun, who had joined people opposing the government. Shun defended Demetrio, saying he was a good person. Alicia questioned why, if Demetrio was so good, he didn't ask her to join him. Alicia hinted at a connection between herself and the ingots. Seeing Emilio reminded Alicia of her childhood visit to the palace, where Emilio once helped her hide from the maids. While Alicia enjoyed exploring the palace, Emilio viewed it as a prison and dreamed of going to the forest. Alicia promised to help him, describing the forest as full of wild animals and mushrooms. Emilio, however, remained unchanged. Despite extensive searches, the ingots failed to locate the royal guards. Demetrio decided to focus on his numbers for their next plan. Previous battles had claimed many lives. Ligia questioned Shun and Emilio's abilities, and Demetrio stated that the prince had yet to prove himself. He suggested taking them along, but worried they might oppose the fight. As Shun argued at the gate to get information, his voice echoed, catching everyone's attention. Dimitri sees him and asks him to come inside, informing him that Emily and Pascal are busy arguing while Alicia's anger shows no signs of subsiding. Louis wants to know who Pascal and Alicia are, and Shun explains everything about them, along with details about the royal factory in Babylon. He's eager to reach Babylon quickly so he can return home. If Lazia has seen the future, Shun is fully confident he can go back. Shun has no interest in helping Emilio, but Dimitri warns him that the path to Babylon is fraught with dangers, requiring immense courage. One wrong step could mean certain death. However, Shun is adamant that nothing will stop him. The Enots overhear that Belzona is also heading toward Babylon, but lacks the security of a royal palace. For this mission, Shun must shed his naive demeanor, as only the brave will succeed. His fiery determination convinces the Enots to trust him. When Shun finds Emilio alone, he asks if he's upset because of Pascal's scolding. Emilio feels Pascal was unfairly harsh, though Shun supports Pascal, saying he wouldn't have come if he didn't care. Late at night, Shun and Emilio decide to rest. Alicia arrives, and Emilio tells her to go home, warning her to stay away from these matters. Upset, Alicia leaves. Pascal, meanwhile, displays his mini Flameworth to the Enots, and Shun and Emilio join them. Louis sees shades of her grandfather in Pascal. When Emilio attempts to say something to Pascal, Dimitri orders Shun and Emilio to patrol with Felix, dragging them off. Later, Louis and Alicia meet, and Louis expresses a desire to talk privately, tired of being around boys who seem neither like boys nor girls. While she's happy with her group, she misses the emotional depth a female companion brings. She questions why Shun always stands by Emilio despite being from Earth. Shun, after all, is a boy who can use the mysterious relic. Before they can continue, Alza interrupts, calling Louis for help, but Louis promises to speak with Alicia later. Alicia finds Louis's actions and words a bit strange. While trekking through the forest, Shun feels bored. Emilio is in a foul mood, and Felix speaks even less. Shun tries to break the silence, asking Felix why he plans to attack the king. Emilio is curious too. Felix pauses and explains that sin is rampant in Andorra, and life for the poor and weak there has become a living hell. Many Enot supporters are part of this group. Dimitri wants to bring change to this world, and Felix completely trusts him. Therefore, he will always stand by Dimitri. Felix then assigns Shun and Emilio a path while he takes another. Felix recalls the days when he scavenged for food from trash, only to be beaten and chased away. One cold evening, a Messiah figure approached him, held his hand, and marked the beginning of a new life for Felix. Late at night, Felix takes some measurements, and Dimitri questions if he's really from the Royal Laboratory. Pascal confirms, but admits he knows nothing about Belzona's plans, and is also trying to unravel the mysteries. Dimitri says that not just Belzona, but even Emilio is a big enigma for him. He adds that Emilio must prove himself before he can become king, and then leaves. Pascal worries that if the rap particles run out, Babylon's restoration will be impossible. The following morning, everyone prepares to move forward, but Shun's mind remains fixated on returning home. In the next scene, during the evening, a girl named Mishicha is seen in the city. Perhaps we'll learn more about her in the future.